Businesses are a direct reflection of us. Our business that we have is a direct reflection of what's going on in our lives and what we're feeling inside. Because if we're a reactionary type person, if we're constantly worried about the future, we're going to be running around like chickens with our head cut off because we don't know what's going to happen. And we're so concerned about what is going to happen in the future. Oh my gosh, somebody's going to be mad, or somebody's going to be disappointed, or I didn't get this done, or I didn't get that done. And so our business becomes reactionary. The people around us become reactionary. Us as business leaders and leading our business, the more work we can be doing on ourselves, the more focused we can be on us each day, the more successful our businesses will be, the more clear of a message we will have with our businesses and how we help people, the more clear we will be on the direction that we're going to be leading our businesses. And it starts with that gratitude. So you want to start to build a business that you want, that you desire, build the wealth, create the wealth that you want and you desire. Start your day with gratitude. Start that practice right now. That is going to change the trajectory of your business. And if you're already doing it, I want to encourage you that that is the walk that you need to be on. It does work. Does it work instantly? No, it does not. But from experience, I can tell you I've been doing it for 3 years. It is unbelievable, unrecognizable where you will be when you practice this each and every day. And be selfish with it. Be selfish with it. Be happy about the things that are going well in your life. Be proud of the things that are going well in your life. When you're practicing gratitude, talk about that with yourself. Etch that out in stone on that piece of paper. Be proud of it. Nobody else is going to be your cheerleader besides you. You are your biggest cheerleader. This is hard enough as it is, right? Holy cow, did I used to have a voice inside of me that was putting myself down all the time. Oh my God. The way that I was able to get out of that is gratitude. What is the biggest challenge that you feel that it is to be grateful? What gets in the way of us practicing this? Making things a priority. I mean, that goes into focus. If you can make your focus on gratitude each day, it's so counterintuitive. I feel like I need to be doing all these things all the time. I need to get the daily ledger done, and I need to do my workout, and blah, 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 blah. All this action, action, action. The less I focus on the action, and the more I focus on what that voice inside of me is saying, which the connection to that voice is gratitude, that being my number one focus is going to help me accomplish the things I want to accomplish. And it's like, man, I got people that are like, you're too deep now. You're way too deep. What is it about being too deep that's so stinking scary to people? Discovery. It's a lot easier to say, look, I'm going to bow out of this marathon this weekend because I don't have anybody running it with me, and I'm just going to take a rain check on that. I don't really want to do that quite yet. But now that I got Chris Travis traveling up here from Florida, I got to do it. Like, I mean, we've been talking about it forever. Like, it's going to happen no matter what. Like, we're doing this. When you're practicing gratitude, going to those places, hearing that voice, making it a priority. When you're focusing on gratitude each day, I would encourage you to find somebody, an accountability partner, to kind of go there with you a little bit. And if you haven't talked to Harry Garcia, he is a great accountability partner on that. It's like discovering a little bit of a superpower too, I feel like, and doing the hard thing, you discovering and tapping into and practicing it for a few days and making it that priority is going to show you how much of a superpower this really is. Not everybody does it. It's just like writing your goals down. Only 1% of people write their goals down every single day. I would beg to say that only 1% of people truly write down what they're grateful for every single day and make that a priority in their day. The world that you unlock in yourself with that gratitude gives you enormous amount of clarity, just kind of comes over you. And you're discovering things that you never had heard before or thought before. I think that the practice of gratitude gives you that proactive mentality throughout your day. And if it's only a 3 to 4 or 5 minute, sometimes it can probably go longer if you're kind of having that time of like emotion where you're unlocking kind of these different areas that you haven't felt before. It could go longer than that, but as far as like just a tip on incorporating it into your day, if you want to go through a day proactively, start with gratitude. Make that the priority. That's going to reset your mind throughout the whole day. And when you have times during your day when you feel reactionary, stop for a minute, just write down, just find a piece of paper somewhere and just write down a couple things that you're grateful for. The best way to not fall into bad habits is to keep going with a gratitude. Practice it, practice it, practice it over and over and over again, because eventually that habit, it'll change the person that you are. It'll change who you are. So when you dedicate yourself, every 90 days, we are completely different people. So the decisions that you're making today will get you to be the person that you want to be in 90 days. And the decisions that you're making in that 90 days is going to get you to be the person that you are in the next 90 days. So you want to become a grateful person. You want to be different than your family. You want to not have that negative emotion, not succumb to that pride that says, you know what, I'm just going to sit here in my shit and I don't care what the fuck people think about that. To get out of that is the practice of gratitude. Even writing down one thing, just one, is a start, and it will propel you to be the person that you want to be in those next 90 days, not be in those negative emotions. So I just have this deep-seated conviction that I'm going to be a change agent. And in order for me to be a change agent, I cannot act like everybody else. The natural thing would be, I'm pissed at you and F you, and I'm not going to write down your name. Like every bit of me says, I'm not going to write that down. But then for me, I practice it so much that I know that that is going to diffuse the situation if I would just write their name down. And if I write their name down enough, I will start thinking of them as a person, not by the actions that they're performing and that they're doing and how I think they're affecting me, but just them as a person presently now. And I care about people. I feel like I'm called to love people. And so I'm not perfect at it every time, but that's the only way that I know how to actually write their name down. I do this with people that work with me. I write down people's names that have left here recently. And I write their name down until I do not have any anger towards them. And I'm actually doing business with them now, which is hilarious, but it works. So I see it working. It's literally a simple action of just saying, I'm grateful for this person. Or on my daily ledger, you know, at the top, it just says gratitude. And I just write their name down in there. Write down mom or dad, at least for me, his family. I literally wrote down my parents, my sister today, communication, our consulting team. I always write down family. That's one of those regular ones that I write down. And if I'm truly grateful for my family, I'm not going to let them have that control over me. Screw that. I am bigger than their emotions. But when you're dealing with those negative people, you just feel like you're getting taken advantage of. And, you know, if I can if that is required for me to get taken advantage of in order for somebody else to start thinking a little bit more like I'm thinking, or that I know is going to help them, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because that's not what surrender is. It's not. It's just a lie. Doesn't mean that we're weak. It really means that we're really freaking strong. And so I just want to encourage you that surrendering to those people takes a really strong person to be able to do that. It takes a really strong person to be able to write their name down and say, I'm grateful for you. I used to think, man, if I could only get to this level, or if I could only get this stuff done, changing that attitude to gratitude at the beginning of the day and using that as my reset throughout the day allows me to have that focus on those actions that I need to be taken next, because I'm not affected by those emotions anymore. I don't have that voice inside of me that's saying, you can't do this. There's no way this is going to work. You're never getting anything done. The gratitude gives me the confidence and the courage to make the decisions that are required in order to accomplish the things I want to do.